So one of the favorite questions I love to ask clients early on in our working relationship is tell me about your earliest memory of money and just see where that goes and pull on that thread a little bit, particularly when working with couples, right? So very rarely, in fact, never in my practice, but very rarely in general, even academic research, do couples show up in a marriage or a relationship having the same money story. And by that, like, what was your family of origin like growing up? How was money treated? Was it a source of stress and anxiety? Did it cause conflict between your parents or your family members? Did you experience financial deprivation or poverty? Like, how did these things embed? Most of the lessons that we learn about money are not even necessarily taught. Okay. No one ever sat you down for the most part, probably, and said, here's the rules about money. Instead, as a child, you assimilated them. The lessons were caught. You picked them up. It was the water that you swam in, the air that you breathed. Some research is even suggesting that most of our what we call money script, our fundamental underlying beliefs, regardless of whether they're right or not, are entrenched in our psyche even by ages 5, 6, 7, long before we might even actually have a true understanding of what money is,
What money
other than what we
is. Yeah.
see it all around us. So you grow up in different environments. You have very different early memories of money. You have different exposures to it, especially when you start talking about things like, hey, did your parents give you a car or did you have to earn it? What did you get a first job? If so, what was that like? If you went to college, how did that play? Did you have to take on significant student debt? Did your parents provide it? Right. All these things come up. And now you're married and in a relationship, somebody who has a very different approach. And maybe you've talked about it and maybe you've not. And now you start adding in additional stressors like real estate and the lack of objectivity that's so easy for us to get into. And it's only natural for conflict sometimes in couples and relationships to arise, and real estate can be an easy flashpoint where that shows up, even though it's probably simmering below the surface, maybe even in other areas.